Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for stopping by my channel and subscribing. This new story is about the deceptive allure of forbidden fruit and engaging in secret affairs. 40-year-old TikTok level up fitness coach Gloria Zamora and her secret lover Hector Garduño. And they were struck down by gunfire at the hands of her jilted husband while they were on a date at a sushi restaurant. He was also struck down shortly by an undercover police officer. The music and movie industry often romanticize infidelity by framing it as a passionate escape, a journey into self-discovery, emphasizing emotional or physical fulfillment over the consequences. Films like Killing Me Softly portray affairs as intense, transformative experiences, often showing cheating partners, especially women, as trapped in mundane or unfulfilling relationships. The narrative typically glamorizes the affair with dramatic music, soft lighting, and sympathetic character arcs, downplaying the fallout like broken trust, fractured families, and emotional devastation. This creates a skewed perception, suggesting infidelity is a valid response to boredom or dissatisfaction, rather than a destructive choice that can drive jilted spouses to murder. Gloria Zamora found herself at a crossroads after being married to her husband, Tomas Lizarraga, for 16 or 15 years, being the mother of a blended family of 5 or 7 children. She felt that her youthful body was falling apart, so she began a fitness journey and an Instagram presence where she grew her platform to over 170,000 subscribers. She did well on other platforms too. She also started getting the attention of Hector as a result, and they began canoodling on social media. They were following each other's activities and liking each other's posts. They finally connected off of the platform and started an affair. But what really set this deadly fate into motion was the blatant disrespect that these two showed the husband, Tomas, while they were making moves to spend more and more time with each other. Gloria's appearance on the Horizon podcast a week earlier, where she was given free range and space to fire shots at her husband's character, calling him jealous and insecure, seemed to be the flame that lit the stick of dynamite to set Tomas off in a murderous rage.
Instead of you being supportive, you're over here trying to just bring me down, tell me that I can't do this. You think you're all that? You think you're all that for you to go and work out and think that you can be on social media? Like, come on, man. Like, you're not even all that. Like, look, you have all these stretch marks. Like, really? Do you really think you're all that you can do that?
His insecurities are yelling to you.
Yes.
His projection is real.
Yes.
He's trying to bring you down so you don't leave.
Yes.
But what he doesn't understand is that you're pushing me more away. You're making me secure in my decision of leaving.
She made sure that she conveyed that she was happy to be moving on from her verbally abusive husband. She was celebrating her independence from her husband, and it seemed to be a love letter crafted to Hector that she was done with her marriage and she was crowning him her king. And I get this feeling because she didn't seem to have anything good to say about her husband in the 15 or 16 years that they were married. She should have had something good to say, but however, if your new man is listening in or is in the studio and off to the side of the cameras, she wouldn't dare utter a peep about any good times or appreciation for the so-called bad husband and upset her new man's ego. These women's empowerment platforms are designed for women to tell only their truth, laced with positivity and good virtue, and an inspirational message to the female audience, which is usually manifest your life the way you want type of narrative, even if it's at the destruction of your own marriage. She was able to build herself up, even though it was off of lies, and tear her husband down. These podcasts are designed to just showcase only the female guests' glowing achievements and rise to social media popularity, not encourage them to delve into their personal failures, to be fair. But she did not give him any credit for helping her fund her cosmetic surgery and related expenses. She only depicted him as the domineering and aggressive husband who couldn't handle her growth and success. She said all the right things girl bosses love to hear and only her truth. But there's more to this story, because according to close friends of Gloria and Tomas, they had a back and forth on Facebook where they were going at each other. First, Tomas was blasting her out about cheating on him, and he even uncovered the fact to everybody. He exposed her for having cosmetic surgery, which is something that a supposed natural level up fitness coach usually is not supposed to have. So they got into a fight, and he didn't go to jail, and it was her instead that went to jail for assault. So that kind of tells you about Gloria's character. She was probably very abusive towards this man. There were Facebook posts that she was threatening to turn him into ICE, and that is for illegal aliens. So come to find out, Tomas was an illegal alien, according to this information that came out, leaked by friends of Gloria and Tomas. So the plot thickens. Why would this woman want to be with an illegal alien? If she was desperate, then she used him in order to level up off of his back from her first husband. Of course, he's going to be mad that he funded her plastic surgery. He did all of this stuff for her. He rescued her from her first husband. Could be, maybe he was a side dude, and then he wifed her up because he just thought she was beautiful, and all the normal things that a man would see in a woman that she doesn't see in herself. She's a single mother with children, and he was a simp, and he took her in and made her what she was. Him getting mad at her for doing the same thing to him that she did to her ex-husband, you would be mad too. Your wife is dissatisfied with the way she looks, so you want to help her out. You help her get cosmetic surgery to look better and feel better about herself, and hey, you're gonna reap the benefits of her getting her body back, looking hot and feeling sexy about herself, her confidence boosting. So of course you're gonna want to appease your wife. But if she is advertising herself and selling lust with racy photos and photo shoots, and she's traipsing around town with her mommy makeover with a new man, that is something quite different than what you would envision that your wife would do. What man wouldn't want his wife to get in shape and look hot for him? But a married woman of 7 using her fitness journey as a public lure for outside attention from lustful men is highly objectionable. And of course, he got on her about the way she was presenting herself and dressing. And when Hector Garduño entered the stage of her life and started to negatively influence her, she was willing to throw everything away with Tomas that she built to throw it into the wood chipper and simp zone her own husband and send him packing for her first choice pick. Well, when Tomas found out, he hit the roof and he confronted her about her brazen infidelity and deception. He didn't seem as if he was hating on her or was abusive to her, and actually it was Gloria that was the abusive one in the relationship. What was happening, in my opinion, was that his voice was being extinguished. He was getting nowhere with reasoning with her on the damage that she had done. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to blame the victims in this case, but I don't know what Gloria's character was before she became a wife and a mother, but I suspect that in her youth, she always admired the bad boys, because this guy teamed up with her to get on social media and start to heckle and intimidate Tomas, basically trying to turn him off, to get under his skin and to make him give up, because he was on Facebook left and right exposing them and telling on her that she had surgery. Hector was trying his best to boss up on Tomas to win Gloria's approval. Some women love 2 men to fight over them. They love men to rip each other apart because it makes them feel like a princess in distress, being rescued by the hero of the story. A masculine man who will do anything for her love because she has suffered enough under the tyranny of a cruel ruler. A lot of these forbidden arrangements leave the one with the most to lose out in the cold and brokenhearted. Maybe she was always acting impulsively or recklessly with her husbands, feeling as if her husbands became her warden instead of protector after she settled down into motherhood. I don't know what the backstory is. Like I said, I'm just going by what I'm seeing and how I think things went down based upon the actions of how Gloria was moving. Maybe that added into his rage because he realized that how he got her is how he's losing her now. Certain type of uncompromising women project unrealistic expectations on their husbands when they are in desperate need of a reality check and deep personal healing themselves. Gloria didn't need a side dude, she needed couples therapy. We as women cannot simply substitute therapy for the comfort and sexual gratification from multiple men. We are not built like that, and a heck of a lot of men know that even they have to choose to be monogamous because the rewards are greater. So that says a lot to me about feminine fragility and the irrational reasonings that manifest when our hearts are desperate. She said in her Horizon podcast testimony that if you test her or challenge her, she would prove that person wrong, which unfortunately came back to bite her since she had underestimated her and Hector's harassment campaign against Tomas to make him back off and leave them in peace to cheat with the man that she saw was her BBD. Bigger, better deal. And the way I feel is that anyone with common sense can look and see that Gloria was doing the most, and she was distancing herself from her husband on purpose. They weren't drifting apart because he was harassing her, taunting her, and making her feel small as a wife and trying to be overbearing on her. She did this to him in a humiliating way, even though that this new man hadn't even given her a promise of a ring or any type of commitment that we could see. Only a VIP bedroom pass from what we can tell, because that's usually what is only available to these women. These women are not getting married in droves by the knight in shining armor that's there to rescue them from a bad husband. And I'm pretty sure Tomas threatened her that this would happen and she ignored him, as a lot of women do. Hopefully, women, if they are seeing this news story or my report, they can wake up if they are feeling like this woman and moving the way she's moving. Those women who feel that they have outgrown their husbands, trying to move away and get a new man on the side. Maybe it'll save them from going down this same dangerous path, and then some lives can be saved. We can only learn from their mistakes and avoid the same terrible outcome in our own lives. That's my viewpoint on this horrific tragedy that proves that infidelity may be gratifying on the surface, but the consequences and the repercussions never really pay out on the back end. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back in the next video. But before I go, I would like to give a special shout out to the Layman's Journal channel. It's a special friend of mine. He has great content on his channel, so please check him out and subscribe to his channel. You won't regret it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back in the next video. Bye, guys.